Most people don't have hours per day to spend working out. So if you only have 15 minutes, here's exactly what you should and shouldn't do to maximize what you can get out of each workout. By the end of this video, you'll know how to structure a short workout from start to finish, what kind of exercises to choose, what kind of exercises not to choose, and how to make sure you can stay consistent with your training. Okay, let's start with what not to do, shall we? So the first thing not to do is isolation exercises. These are movements that work only one muscle at a time. So if you think of movements like bicep curls or tricep extensions, these things only work your biceps or your triceps. Whereas movements like the clean and press, for example, will work your upper back, it'll work your shoulders, and it'll work a little bit of triceps as well. That's 3 muscle groups worked in the same amount of time. I'd also be avoiding fancy Instagram exercises. Social media, for whatever reason, is absolutely rammed full of these kind of gimmicky movements. Influencers really like doing these kind of movements on social media because it makes them look really good, it makes them look very skilled, and most importantly, it helps them sell millions of dollars worth of supplements to their viewers. But the fact is, normally these kind of super fancy exercises are just less effective versions of simple exercises that are easier to learn but less impressive for the camera. If it looks complicated, I just wouldn't bother with it. Now, before we talk about exactly how to structure the workouts, let's talk about the exact principles to follow in order to make our 15-minute workouts as effective as possible. Rule number 1, work lots of muscles at once. Movements like squats, which work your quads, your glutes, and a little bit of hamstring at the same time. Cleans and presses, which work your back and your shoulders. Push-ups, which work your arms, chest, and shoulders all at the same time. They work multiple muscle groups. They're very efficient movements because, as we've said, you can work 2 or 3 different muscle groups in the same exercise. These movements are known as compound movements, and they're the best bang for your buck in terms of fitting a lot into a short amount of time. Rule number 2, choose simple exercises. The simpler your movements are, the easier they are to learn, but also to repeat over many years. Remember, this is a very long-term game. We're not just trying to get fit in the next 6 weeks. This should be forming the habit of a lifetime. Exercises like squats, deadlifts, swings, presses, press-ups, rows are all very, very simple, very, very effective. They work multiple muscle groups at once, and they can basically be progressed forever. And rule number 3 is remove as much decision making as possible. Decide exactly when this 15 minutes is going to take place. Set your clothes and equipment out ready beforehand if you can, and have a list or a workout plan that says exactly what you're going to be doing in those 15 minutes. So if you don't want to have to spend time thinking of or designing your own workouts, you can download the free Too Busy for the Gym program in the description below. It includes a super simple 3-month program. You start at level 1, you finish at level 3. It's got an exercise glossary. It's even got a cheat sheet to help you decide what kind of kettlebell weight you should be starting with. So go and download that now. If you'd rather create your own workouts, then follow this structure. Minute 0 to 3, a short warm-up. I'm a big fan of structuring warm-ups in the following way. 1 movement to increase your heart rate. This could be jumping jacks or marching on the spot. Then follow this with 1 movement to get blood to the lower body muscles. This could be bodyweight squats. You can do this for 15 to 30 seconds. And then follow this with 1 movement to get blood to the upper body muscles. This could be anything like arm circles, arm hugs, and again doing this for 15 to 30 seconds. Do that all the way through and then repeat it 2 to 3 times. There you have a very short warm-up to get the heart rate up and also to get blood to the muscles that you need it to be in. Minute 3 to 13. Pick 3 movements, ideally from the following list: squats, deadlifts, clean and press, row, push-up, thruster. The exact exercise matters a lot less than the category it belongs to. So for example, you can do any type of squatting movement that you want. You can do goblet squats, bodyweight squats, suitcase squats, or even lunges, reverse lunges. I'd also recommend using a timer. You can get one off the App Store or even just search up on Google interval timer. And I'd recommend doing anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds of exercise or work and then resting for 30 to 45 seconds. Then move on to the next exercise. Do that all the way through and repeat this for a total of 3 rounds. Obviously, if you had a bit longer than 15 minutes, you can do it for more than 3 rounds, but if not, 3 rounds of this will take you almost exactly 10 minutes to get through. And then we have minutes 14 to 15. This is the cool down. And really the cool down accomplishes 2 things. So firstly, it allows the heart rate to safely return to its resting state before we start moving off and going on with our day. After a workout, blood pressure can drop a little bit, so it's important just to make sure that we're doing a cool down, we're letting the heart rate and the blood vessels return to their normal resting state. Otherwise, you can feel lightheaded. And the second thing a cool down does is keeps the blood circulating throughout the body, so it clears waste products from the muscles. So the cool down can just be doing some light stretching or even just walking slowly back and forth across your mat. This is what I do. I just spend 1 or 2 minutes walking around my small mat just to stay standing, just to keep the blood flowing around my body a bit until I start to feel that my breathing rate has returned to almost normal, and then I'll move off and carry on with my day. So there you have it, exactly how to structure a 15-minute kettlebell workout. Remember, if you want a program that's already written for you, that is linked in the description below. Hopefully that helped. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.